Colorado just wrapped up its 15th preseason practice. Here with Pat Rooney filling in for Brian Howell today. Pat, 2 weeks from now, Colorado will be 1-0 or 0-1, and a month from now, they're going to be wrapping up non-conference play.
Well, I'm just glad it's going fast. We were talking a little bit ago, this time of the preseason can get a little tedious for the players, for us too, but especially for the players. Coming out here, knocking heads every day. Nice to finally have that reward of a game coming up around the corner. Less than 2 weeks as we're talking now. Yeah. And I know you're excited. I'm excited. It's always great to get the season going. Still 2 more weeks of workouts, but these guys will have some changes. Dorm move-in is this weekend. Classes will be another week away. So all signs point to fall and things kind of getting kicked off here.
They had their second preseason scrimmage in Folsom Field on Friday night. Mike McIntyre mentioned freshman defensive lineman Israel Antwine and freshman safety Hassan Hippolyte as guys that stood out. It's starting to look like those are going to be the top true freshmen in terms of playing this year.
And that's not the first time that Coach Mack has mentioned those guys as being standouts. So it certainly seems like those guys are on track to being a couple of the freshmen that will kind of step in, newcomers to step in and help out the most. Again, it's a kind of third time we've heard Mac talk about those guys. So encouraged to hear that, and certainly looking forward to seeing them against Colorado State here in a couple weeks.
And they needed Israel Antwine to stand out coming in as a true freshman. They just have not recruited, obviously, the defensive line as well as they would have hoped. That kind of leads me to my question for you, Pat. You're a little less bullish on this football team. It kind of starts with the lines, right, for you?
I'd agree with that. I'm still kind of working on my preseason column, and with a prediction, I'm still leaning toward more of the 5-7, 6-6 area. There's too many for me. There's too many question marks up front on both sides of the ball. We saw how poor the run defense was last year. And then up front, Montez was under fire so much, and there's a lot of new faces on both sides there. Some experience as well, guys that need to step up and play better than they did last year. I'm just not sold until I see both those units kind of come out and perform at a higher level than we saw last year. Yeah. I'm still going to be a little skeptical of this team's chances.
I just keep going back to the fact that they were 5-7 last year, and Shea Fields drops a pass at Arizona State that maybe gives them a big enough lead in that football game to win that football game, get the 6 wins. I kind of look across the board that this is a better football team than it was a year ago, but obviously a lot of question marks. It's hard to – you're in the majority nationally. There's not a lot of people that think this is a bowl team. What would change your opinion, if anything, in the next 2 weeks? Are you pretty staunch on that 5-7 prediction?
Yeah, like I said, I'm 6-6 could be a possibility too. I haven't settled on it yet. Kind of just still looking at the schedule and not necessarily crunching numbers, but listening to what Brian's saying and things out of practice. I can certainly change my mind. I guess I've always been more of I need to see it first. Sure. So I'd like to see, obviously, that Colorado State game. I'd like to see the pass protection perform well. I'd like to see the pass rush on the other side of the ball perform well. Certainly there's guys in place that we can see that improvement. I've always been that kind of guy. Until I see it, I'm going to be skeptical about it. And right now I'm just worried that this team's going to be a little bit thin up front on both sides of the ball.
Great story. It came out of Friday night before the scrimmage. 3 walk-ons awarded a scholarship. Safety Daniel Talley, tight end Brady Russell, and kicker Davis Price, their kickoff specialist. If you love the movie Rudy, you love stories like this. It's what college football is about, in my opinion. Yeah,
and Coach Mack, when he just talked to us in our post-practice session, kind of said the same thing. It's one of his most favorite things as a coach to reward these young men for their hard work. These guys come in, they pay their own way. But they have all the same duties and responsibilities as all the scholarship players to be a part of this program, be a part of this team, represent this team and program, and it's to see them now have an opportunity to have a scholarship, and I'm sure it's a big relief on their parents to not have to foot the bill anymore as well. So really cool to see kind of Coach Mack express his own thrill at being able to do that even after all the years that he's been a coach.
All right, Colorado, 15 practices done, 10 more to go.